That's what I'm saying. We're here to protest the illegitimate actions of the Mr. President, Mr. Buhari. We are against his unconstitutional purported suspension of the Chief Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Justice Onnoghen. We are asking him by our protest to reverse his illegitimate action that he has taken. We are also by this action asking the NBA, the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, to initiate action to suspend and disrobe the Minister of Justice, Mr. Malami, and also Mr. Umar, the CCTV chairman.
Okay, sir, the legality of the new Chief Justice of Nigeria. What is the NBA's assessment of the legality of the new Chief Justice?
You cannot build illegality on legality on illegality. If the foundation is wrong, even the Bible says, what can the righteous do? So he's being enthroned through the backyard is not due process. We are a country of laws. We are a constitutional democracy. And that is the best of traditions. And that is where we stand.
So are we seeing the NBA shorten the courts in the coming days?
That is left for the National Executive Council to decide. But as for me, my person, as for me, my spirit, I will not respect, I will not recognize any illegal impositions.
So what happens if the president doesn't reverse his appointment?
We will delegitimize his government by showing all and sundry that this is not a constitutional government. And you know what will follow. Once somebody delegitimizes himself by not upholding that which he has sworn, by not treating equally those who should be treated equally, by treating unequally those who should be treated equally, then that person is no longer legitimate. He has a sitting minister who didn't serve his country under the National Youth Service Scheme. He had a minister of finance who admitted to have forged her NYSC certificate. He never took any actions. Come, my brother, why is he in such a haste? Like I said before, we are not careful whether the Chief Justice did or did not do what he's been accused of. But what we are saying is, for Christ's sake, do the needful and follow due process in getting him to justice. Thank you very much.
To the matter, even before the Chief Justice was approached to make a statement, and even before charges were filed. But this was not the case. Our sources informed us that there was actually no ex parte motion filed on the 9th January in the tribunal. What we have been informed that happened was following the several orders of the Federal High Court, the FCT High Court, and the National Industrial Court, all of which the tribunal claimed to have overruled the order of the Court of Appeal directing the tribunal to stay proceeding. The presidency directed that the motion ex parte be filed and backdated and put in the file of the tribunal, and an order drafted immediately and served on the president. Our sources say the entire process of the filing, hearing, and granting of the order of the tribunal were started and ended from Thursday 24 January to Friday 25 January 2019. Elementary knowledge of law teaches that when the jurisdiction of any court or tribunal is challenged, it cannot take any other step until he rules that it has jurisdiction. How then can the chairman of the Court of Conduct Tribunal, Dala Duma, claim to have granted an order removing the Chief Justice on 23rd January, when on 22nd January he has already sat down for hearing a motion challenging his jurisdiction, and also a motion on notice for the same purpose as he purportedly granted in ex parte order? As far as there was a motion challenging the jurisdiction of the tribunal, it has absolutely no jurisdiction to hear any other motion, let alone grant same without first dispensing with the motion challenging its jurisdiction. The president has viciously, brutally, ferociously, and gruesomely violated the Constitution, which he swore to uphold. This is an act that amounts to gross misconduct, and it certainly warrants his removal from office. Yes, sir. The National Assembly should, as a matter of urgency and national importance, patriotism, commence without any delay the impeachment process of the president. Yes, sir. These political invaders rejoice, for they say they have conquered the media. They rejoice, for they say they have conquered security agencies and can get them to do anything. They rejoice, for they say they have conquered INEC. They rejoice, for they say they have conquered the judiciary. They will pull down his doors if we do not open the gate and hand the chambers over to them. Nothing is sacred to them anymore. Nothing is consecrated. Nothing is sacrosanct. They rejoice on the sweat of citizens and the blood of our heroes past. They bring nothing but pain and anguish. They hold no promise of peace and progress. Everything for them is for bread. Everything for them is for power. Fellow compatriots, I implore you today, stand firm, for we shall overcome. We shall recover our country. They have judged us wrongly. They have misjudged the strength of our character and our resilience. They shall realize that the power of the people is mightier than the people in power. They have desecrated our judiciary. They have violated our last hope. They have defied our temple of justice. With a stolen order, with a forged paper, they hurriedly invaded the sanctuary, but we shall let them out. We call on the Nigerian Bar Association that is meeting right over there, and the Nigerian Judicial Council meeting the other way, to answer us. Should we let this impunity stand? No! Should we go home and wait till it is our turn to be consumed by this behemoth? No! We kept quiet while the media fell. We kept quiet while the civil society was overrun. We kept quiet when Deja Dayindu was sent to the Golgotha in Kano prison. Gani, may his soul rest in peace. We'll be wondering what type of law we practice in Nigeria today. The bench cannot speak, but the bar can speak, and the bar is not dumb. Arise, Nigerian Bar Association. This is the moment. This is the time for action. Beyond this point, there is no other. The invaders are here already in our midst. They want to take away whatever we have sanctified. The international community has spoken out. The justices of the Apex Court have stayed away yesterday during the inauguration. What else are we waiting for? Nigerians are urged to brace up, be vigilant, and know that this illegality will not stand.
Yes.
The swearing in of a factional Chief Justice of Nigeria, called Tanko Mohammed, was an act of treason.
Yes.
The tribunal order purportedly used was a forged document issued by Dala Duma and backdated to even a date before the main charge was filed. The NJC and the Nigerian Bar Association must order the shutdown of the court until the illegal suspension of the Chief Justice of Nigeria is lifted and the impostor Chief Justice Tanko Mohammed made to vacate the office.
Yes.
The NJC must expel Justice Tanko Mohammed from the bench for accepting an illegal appointment in violation of the Constitution and the NJC rules of engagement.
Yes.
The Nigerian Bar Association must direct lawyers. The Nigerian Bar Association must direct lawyers to boycott the Court of Conduct Tribunal presided over by Dala Duma until disciplinary action is served on Uma for issuing a fake order that paved the way for the judicial impunity. We, however, remind Justice Tanko Mohammed once again that he risks spending some time in jail as any attempt to continue to parade himself as the factional CJN will be in contempt of a live and valid order of the Federal High Court, and we shall not hesitate to proceed against him in contempt.
Yes.
The National Assembly should, from tomorrow as a regime, commence action for the removal from office of the chairman of the Court of Conduct Tribunal, Mr. Dala Duma, who, having criminal charges against him, still sit in office. No provision, I repeat, no provision in section 157 and 292 of the Constitution as amended supports President Buhari in purporting to suspend the CJN or swearing in an acting CJN. The whole idea of a limited government is that the president's power is limited by law, and it is ultra-virus his powers to act in the absence of explicit legislative authorization. We also want to raise another alarm of a plot to manufacture petitions against the three most senior justices of the Supreme Court to ensure their removal through the back door and pave way for the final annexation of the Supreme Court. We are aware also of an ongoing pressure on the Court of Appeal judges who are hearing the appeal by the Chief Justice of the Federation, Justice Onnoghen, to stop them from quashing the fake dark order issued by Dala Duma, upon which the assault on our nation's judiciary was based. We call on the appeal court judges to stand firm and do the right thing. Let it be known that there is a Federal High Court order restraining the President, Attorney General, Justice Tanko Mohammed to be appointed as acting CJN, or suspending Justice Onnoghen, which was delivered by Justice Ekwo on the 21st of January before the fake expert order was issued. The order by the Court of Conduct Tribunal and the swearing in of a factional CJN was an act of contempt and treason which is dead on arrival and must be resisted. We are in a desperate situation and we can only but deploy desperate measures. The sacred institution of the judiciary must be protected. The independence of the judiciary must be restored. Once they take that away, this house will collapse on all of us. Let all lawyers stay away from the courts. Let all judicial workers down too. No lawyer or staff should recognize or reckon with anything done by the usurper called Justice Tanko Mohammed. The world must not be in doubt as to how robustly we stood and defend. The purported suspension of the Chief Justice of Nigeria must be reversed. When that is done, the rule of law will then be observed. We are a constitutional democracy, and the rule of man must not prevail over the rule of law. Justice Tanko Mohammed, Justice Tanko Mohammed, we want you to stay away from this poison chalice. We want you to stand on the side of the people, but your unbridled greed has led you down this road to infamy. You now walk around with the obnoxious smell of a lonely betrayer. You are now the traitor within. For just 3 pennies, you conspire to burn down the entire judiciary. You can now live the rest of your life in shame and misery. For Professor Yemi Osinbajo, you are the closest this noble profession has gotten to the seat of power. Yet you are the ones who have gotten in the annihilation of the independence of the judiciary.
Yes.
You happily stood by while this invasion happened.
He's not aware.
You gave insider information and advice on how the invaders will succeed.
Yes.
You have even begun the process of persuading, I repeat, the Vice President have started the process of persuading the freely choosing lead counsel of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Chief Wole Oladipeku, to withdraw from further representation of the Chief Justice of Nigeria.
Shameful.
Haba Osibanjo.
Haba.
How far are you willing to go? The house you swore to protect and defend, you have now set ablaze. Nigerians have taken a stand. This gate shall not fall. Amen. This house shall not crumble. Amen. They shall not take over the judiciary. They shall not take over the legislature. They shall not make us slaves in our fatherland. Yes. We shall defend our democracy, yes, and we shall overcome.
Yes.
To our citizens, we must now heed the warning of the Irish lawyer cum orator, John Philip Curran, who said, the condition upon which God has given liberty to man is eternal vigilance.
Yes.
Which condition, if he breaks, servitude is at once the consequences of his crime and the punishment of his guilt. Despotism can only prosper in Nigeria if good men and women do nothing. Finally, why are we here?